It's certainly a perfect time to kick off your nutrition program as the school year starts. Welcome back to Get Connected. I'm your host, Conn Jackson, and Robyn Flipse is joining us again live. She's a registered dietitian. You've seen her on numerous shows, and it's great to welcome her back. Robyn, welcome to Get Connected.
Hi, Conn.
So, Robyn, before we get too far involved, is it true that food can make us smarter and give us more energy?
That's the only way to get energy. Energy is in the calories that we get from food. It's the fuel. So absolutely, energy and food are together.
You know, Robyn, I know you work with a distinguished clientele list. What suggestions do you give them about eating meals throughout the day?
I think in my practice, I recommend what's going to work with a person's lifestyle and their schedule. There are people who don't have the opportunity to stop and eat every 2 or 3 hours, and some people barely get a lunch break. We're in New York here, and there are a lot of people who eat at their desks. They never stop working. But from what's best for your system or your body, it does help to eat every 3 to 4 hours, yes.
I wish I had you as my dietitian. I like your flexibility. But now it's time for Show and Tell, one of my favorite segments on the show. And it's focusing today on kids going back to school and how we can give them foods that will make them smarter and give them more energy during the day.
I think it's important to plan ahead when kids are going back to school so that you have the foods in the house that are going to make it easy to get meals on the table, to get lunches packed, and have the right snacks available for all the extra after-school activities. And I've worked with Nestle for years, and they have something that's really wholesome and hassle-free in the freezer case. They're called Stouffer's Farmer Harvest Frozen Entrees. They are full-size meals that can be heated up and put on the table very quickly, and they come in varieties your family likes. This is the meat lasagna. It's made with the same ingredients that you would use if you were to make this at home. Real cheese. The pasta's freshly made, and it's with whole grains. There's no preservatives and no trans fats. So that's a delicious meal. Everyone will like it, and it can be on the table quickly, which is when families can kind of regroup at the end of the day, and that's an important way to get nutrition and other messages across. But also, when kids come home from school, they're looking for a snack, and it can be sweet and smart at the same time. That's why I like the classic Raisinets. They come in milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and in a cranberry version, and you get a half a serving of fruit in every portion of the Raisinets. You get all those natural fruit antioxidants and 30% less fat than other leading chocolate brands. I've used them here to make wonderful oatmeal cookies. They could be perfect as an after-school snack, and if you pair them up with something like Ovaltine and milk, you make it even better. Milk is one of the best ways to get good nutrition into children, and if they're not drinking enough milk, adding Ovaltine may make that easier. And the new and improved version has no artificial flavors, and the colors are from natural sources. And when you add that to a glass of milk, you get 40% of the daily value for calcium, 35% of the daily value for vitamin D, and 10% or more of 12 other vitamins and minerals from A to E and from calcium to zinc, which is just what kids need. And another way to have a snack is with Nature Valley granola bars, because they're individually packaged and ready to go in the book bag or your work bag, so they're with you when you need a snack, and they're wholesome. They're made from natural ingredients, and as an added bonus, until the end of October, you can support our national parks when you buy these specially marked packages of Nature Valley granola bars. And you can find out more about that by going to the website preservetheparks.com.
What a great cause. Now, when it comes to sugar, what advice do you give parents about feeding it to kids?
I don't worry more about sugar than any other part of the diet, because it always comes down to a question of how much are you having and what maybe are you not eating that you should. So we do know that some children do consume too much sugar. But the question to raise then is, why aren't they having all the whole grains, the milk, the fruits and vegetables, and the lean protein sources that they need for good nutrition? Because if all those things are being eaten, there really isn't much room, hunger, or appetite left to fill up on other high sugar foods. So rather than maybe blaming sugar as the problem, we have to really blame the fact that the kids don't eat other things that are so important to balancing their diets. And then there's nothing wrong with having something sweet or made with sugar as part of a balanced diet.
Robyn, first and foremost, thanks for having such a concern and heart for our kids and giving us such great nutritional advice. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Well, it's certainly great to connect with a registered dietitian. Just makes you feel healthier and more nutritious when Robyn gives us that great advice. We look forward to having her back. But when we come back, things are going to start rolling. I'm serious, in a big fashion. We got to clear the set for our next segment when we come back.